So last week's video was my essential makeup products in action, and that gives me a pretty good base to give you a day to night look. And so if you're wondering what I'm wearing already, it's basically the BB cream, and the colour that I have is Ivory. I'm wearing that as my base. Then I have on the Ideal Flawless Concealer, which looks like this. It's a stick concealer, and I have that over any redness, blemishes, and also a little under my eyes. I'm wearing the Ideal Flawless Pressed Powder, which is in Fair. I have on the Glimmerstick Brow Definer in Blonde, and that's what I've got on my eyebrows, obviously, and that's this. And lastly, I have on a little bit of the SuperShock mascara, not very much. I wanted quite a natural look. And so that's what I already have on, and that's what I'm going to use as kind of my base for a little bit of extra something for daytime, and then I'm going to show you how to transform that look for the evening with just a few steps. We'll start with the eyes, and I have this quad called Glow Teal, which I really like, and I'm going to use these two colours just to kind of give it a little bit of a neutral, shimmery eye for daytime, and then I'm going to move into these two teal blue colours for the evening. So first of all, I'm going to use this pale colour all over my lid, and it's not giving a tremendous amount of colour, but it's just got a beautiful sheen to it. And then I'm going to use this taupey brown colour just on the outer corners of my eyelid to give it a little bit of definition, but not too much, because obviously it is just kind of daytime. Lastly, I'm going to use this SuperShock gel liner, and I'm going to just go on the inner rim of my upper eyelid just to give a little bit of an illusion of thicker lashes, but I'm not going to go on the bottom half. So that's a little bit of extra something for my eyes, and for my cheeks I'm going to use this, and it's the Avon Glow in Pink Glow, and I'm just going to use a brush just to use the bronzer a little bit to contour and warm up my face a little, because I've just used the BB cream and that's all. I haven't put anything else extra in the way of colour. So just a little of the bronzer on its own, and then I'm actually going to mix the two colours together as a blush. I found that that's a lot more flattering on my particular skin tone, but I do like a pink cheek with bronzed look. I just want to use this just a tiny bit because it is quite pigmented. It's really quite a good payoff with that pink colour, which is in part why I mix the two together, because sometimes I find it's a little bit too strong by itself for me. So that's my daytime look, and now we're going to move into the evening and add a little bit of something to the eyes and perhaps a pop of colour on the lips. I'm going to use this deep blue colour in my crease and just kind of smoke that out a little bit. I don't want it to be overly colourful, but I just want to use this as kind of my, my deeper colour, I suppose, the equivalent of when you would use a black or a very deep brown. Instead I'm going to use this blue colour. I'm going to define my lower waterline with the same SuperShock liner as I used on my... And lastly, I'm going to use this teal colour, which is strangely similar to my nails, and I'm just going to take that just a little bit under the eyes, again with a bit of a smudgy effect, just to give it a pop of colour under my eyes, because I didn't want to give it a tremendous amount on my lid. As you can see, it's kind of gone into kind of almost a grey, like a slate colour. It's not too much blue on my eyes, and then I just wanted to give it a little bit of something underneath. I'm going to finish off with a slick of mascara, and instead of using the SuperShock that I used earlier on, I'm going to use the new Mega Effects. Had I applied my makeup first thing this morning and then I'd been kind of revamping for the evening, I would at this point reapply any powder, kind of cheap products, that kind of thing, things that would probably have worn away by now, but of course I've just applied them, so I won't do that. What I will be doing is applying a big pop of colour to my lips. You know how I like a pop of colour, and the one that I'm going to be using is Beyond Pink, which is this shade. It's almost kind of a coral red when you see it in the tube, but it's very much a pink when it's applied, which I will show you now. You could, of course, leave it with the smoky eyes and kind of maybe a nude lip or just a pale gloss, but I wanted to pull out all the stops and do a really bright lip. So that is it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this little video series, and if you do have any questions, I will respond to them if you leave them as a comment to this blog post. I will see you guys next time. Bye!